Hello, everyone. We have some amazing news to share. Hey, everyone. President Biden is calling to announce $2,000 monthly stimulus handouts. If you're 65 or older and collecting Social Security, SSDI, or other benefits, you could soon start receiving $24,000 per year in cold hard cash stimulus money directly from the Biden administration. This is absolute monumental news. This video will explain who qualifies, how they'll pay for it, whether it'll pass Congress, and what impact putting over $2,000 per month in senior citizens could have on the economy. So hit that like button and grab some snacks, because we're about to dive deep into President Biden's proposal to fork over $2,000 in monthly stimulus aid for millions of retirees and senior citizens. America-wide welcome to my channel, guys, your reliable source for Social Security updates and stimulus checks for seniors, including SSDI and VIA recipients. Let's get started. I have some crazy breaking news to share with you today. Are you ready? President Biden announced a plan to give seniors on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VIA $2,000 per month in stimulus money. If you're 65 or older and receiving any of those federal benefits, you could be eligible for $24,000 a year in stimulus money. This is huge news that could affect millions of seniors across America. So stick around, because in this video I'll break down all the key details you need to know about this potential $2,000 monthly stimulus check, including who qualifies, how long these payments could last, what obstacles Biden may face in Congress, and what this means for the economy. Biden said seniors on government benefit fixed incomes deserve financial security. His plan is to deliver $2,000 direct monthly payments to Social Security retirees 65 and older, SSDI supplemental security income or VA benefits. Biden said, "Too many seniors are struggling, too many are being forced to choose between food, medicine, or rent. They deserve better. They deserve a CH to live out their golden years with true peace of mind and financial freedom." Sending $2,000 in cash directly to seniors' bank accounts or mailboxes would provide a much-needed buffer to keep up with the drastically rising cost of living. Over 40 million senior households could benefit nationwide. Let's talk about how Biden plans to fund these $2,000 monthly stimulus checks for seniors. In his address, he proposed raising taxes on corporations and households making over $400,000 per year, raising the corporate tax rate to 28% from 21%, and the top individual income tax rate at President Biden said these tax hikes will only affect the mega affluent and huge businesses, not the middle class, by boosting taxes on the wealthy. This strategy helps seniors and reduces the deficit over time by increasing income. Biden's economic team also wants higher stock buyback taxes, stricter corporate offshore account laws, and a billionaire minimum income tax to offset expenditures. Another key concern is who qualifies for Biden's $2,000 monthly stipend. To be eligible, you must be 65 or older, regardless of merit, and you must be receiving benefits from one of the following federal programs. A married couple could receive $4,000 combined if both spouses are over 65. Social Security retirement income, disability insurance from Social Security, supplemental security income, SSI, VA disability pension, etc. According to Biden's team, they linked stimulus eligibility to those assistance programs because they already evaluate age, income, and need. Levels by cross-checking current Social Security, SSSD, and VIA recipients allows the stimulus money to be efficiently targeted towards seniors below certain income thresholds who rely on those monthly checks as their main source of funds. The White House also stated they are open to adding an income cap, possibly around $100,000 per household, to cut off payments for higher-earning retirees who may not need as much. Those specific eligibility rules are still being ironed out, but the overall aim is to get this stimulus money into the hands of lower and middle income seniors dealing with rising costs in inflation, not wealthy retirees who are already economically stable. Now you may be wondering, is this a one-time stimulus, or would these $22,000 monthly checks be recurring over an extended period based on details provided by the White House so far? Biden's proposal calls for these payments to be made every single month for at least the next 3 years through 2027. After that initial 3-year period, the plan gives the option to either extend the stimulus period annually based on economic conditions or transition it into a permanent monthly federal benefit for lower-income seniors going forward, of course. Even with a 3-plus-year timeline sustaining stimulus, checks at this level would cost several $1 trillion over time, which raises the major question: can Biden actually get this through Congress, or will it be another case of partisan gridlock shooting down a president's economic agenda like we've seen so many times before? Well, the reality is that unless Democrats defy current expectations and manage to pick up more Senate seats in 2024, they will still remain just a few votes shy of a filibuster-proof 60-vote majority. That means at least some Republican support will likely be required to pass Biden's $2,000 stimulus plan through the Senate under regular order. And based on recent Republican rhetoric about wanting fiscal restraint and lower deficits that could prove to be a very tough task, now Democrats do still have the option to try and ram this stimulus through using budget reconciliation again like they did with previous pandemic aid bills. That path would only require 50 Senate votes instead of 60 by classifying this as a budgetary issue. However, there are strict rules about what policies can be pushed through reconciliation with the Senate parliamentarian as the final referee. Any provisions they deem as too extraneous to the federal budget could still get nixed from a reconciliation bill. Plus, even using reconciliation, Democrats would need every last one of their members on board, which could be a tough sell for some of the more moderate or fiscally conservative Democrats worried about ballooning the national debt. Long story short, while Biden has laid out an aggressive vision to get billions flowing to seniors, the actual path to turning this $2,000 monthly stimulus into reality will be extremely difficult in our currently divided government. Expect a big legislative fight and plenty of back-and-forth negotiations with Republicans if Biden wants to get this done now. Let's pivot and talk about what impact sending out $22,000 monthly stimulus checks could have on the overall economy if it does ultimately get approved on the positive side. Putting tens of billions each month in seniors' pockets would improve the economy. Higher consumer spending with more cash on hand seniors would boost goods demand. Health and other industry services, this since the economy is struggling against supply constraints and labor shortages. A massive wave of consumer demand spurred by stimulus checks could overwhelm supply and cause prices to skyrocket even faster, which is not ideal when the Federal Reserve is still struggling to control inflation through interest rate hikes. There are also concerns about growing the economy. Aid bills and prior stimulus plans have already added trillions to annual deficits over the past few years, even with tax increases to offset some costs. Analysis from groups like the Penn-Wharton Budget Model estimate this plan would add over $2 trillion in new debt over a decade. Some economists worry that extra borrowing to finance more stimulus could crowd out productive investment, slow long-term growth, and potentially trigger debt crisis risks. Bringing it all together, Biden's $2,000 monthly stimulus checks for seniors would provide a massive short-term boost in consumer spending and aid for low-income retirees. But there are risks of further inflaming in. SSI and VIA benefits are a powerful but controversial proposal that's sure to spark a major political fight in the coming months. Do you support Biden's vision of turbocharging stimulus for seniors through these recurring $2,000 payments, or are you worried about the economic impacts? I want to hear all your opinions. That concludes today's video. See you in the next one. If you liked it, subscribe for more.